Along with Grant Hill and Brent Berry and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. You look at the Warriors. High post Davis. Westbrook outside. Misses the three.
You really get it all with Russell Westbrook. His versatility as a player is truly exceptional. That's what allows him to crank out triple-doubles one after another. Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Takes a step back. Westbrook. Warriors with the rebound. And here's Curry for three. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. And while Westbrook has led the league in triple-doubles many seasons, I think that stat is also a testament to his hustle.
Yeah, when it comes to pure energy, Westbrook is maybe unmatched. He's the ultimate hard worker. Every minute he's on the floor, he's doing his best to make an impact on the game.
A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pass to Anthony. The Lakers with the rebound. To the wing, right side. 6 on the shot clock. It's James with the drive. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He almost blocked that shot.
So we're going to tune in for that tomorrow. We've been out for the last couple of days. I know y'all wonder why I ain't come back the last 2-3 nights and do the live, because I was working on those tapes. So I said I was going to get them out. I had to get them out before the week was out. We got some more tapes coming out next week on Sananda out of the Sananda phone booth.
Inside that time to get his shot.
Right?
An 8-point differential.
40, hey, hit that like button, hit that cash out, man. See your brother's donations. If you checked out that Astar Command tape, you know them joints hot. Cause we broke a lot of stuff down in there of how Astar Command is the Galactic Criminals. They broke Galactic Law because of interference, trying to have their own agenda, right? They jumped time, right? From 1930, they came here 7,000 years ago, and they were the ones who influenced Yaku to create this, the same thing as the Aryan race way back then, right? Hold on.
Look toward their defense, and they're totally lost.
Here's Anthony.
Yeah. So they were the ones who came here 7,000 years ago and influenced Yaku, right, the big-head scientists, to create this superior race. And they got their butts kicked back then. Every time they tried to interfere, they broke Galactic Law by coming in and doing this. So they tried to interfere back then with Yaku, and they tried to come into our land and take over.
Lakers making a change here.
Right? Hold on.
Lakers substitution.
First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. Inside. Thompson.
He came back in 1952.
Perfect spot to set up the layup. Give him 8.
So they interfered back then. And then they came back in 1952. Right? This is when they met up with the dude George. And then they said, oh, we gotta fix something. We gotta adjust history. So they jumped back in 1932 and try to talk to the channel to the Third Reich, right? Adolf Hitler them. They put in Adolf Hitler them head the same thing they put in Yaku's head, right? To make this superior race, right? And Hitler, they worked hard. They worked hard as they could, right? To try to create this super race, but when they got to the Olympics, we already put the tapes out. If you didn't see the tapes, I think we get through doing this live. I want you to go back and check out those Sananda Boom classes on Astar Command, because we break down all the information about Astar Command on those tapes, right? And like I say, hit that like and hit that subscribe button if you're in the building. We're going to be going live tomorrow with the brother Rod Haynes, right? So you're going to want to tune in for that, right? So he asked why the young elder ain't been on for a couple of days. Like I just said, we were working on those tapes, trying to get them out. And I've been writing every day. I'm trying to finish these. I got writing on like 3 or 4 different books at one time. And the one that's coming to me faster is the Book of Sananda. Sananda Foon. The Book of Sananda Foon is coming to me real fast because I'm writing like almost a chapter a day. So for the last 2 days, but it took me 2 days to write the chapter on Ashdar Command. And I just put it out. So we writing the chapters and we put them out at the same time.
Following the score by the Lakers.
Right, we're writing them chapters and hey, get him out of here, baby.
All the time.
Oh no, I know.
Don't worry now, Hakeem.
That's warm up. So
We're writing on that book every day, so we're trying to get that joint hot. That joint gonna be hot. We're trying to get it out, man. And we're in the process of getting all the pictures drew up so we can actually copyright this book and start selling it on Amazon and other websites. We're getting all the old books, all the pictures redrawn. So we won't get copyrighted when we get published. So we can't publish those old books because of the pictures. So that's why we were just really giving it out for free and taking donations for it. Right, so now I'm in the process of getting all those pictures drew up by artists, right? So we can actually start publishing some of the books online, right? So yeah, Ashdar Command is Galactic Criminals. Everybody was asking, what is these beings connection with us and all this, right? They here with a white power agenda. They here with a white power agenda, man. Right? They're not here to benefit us. They are herders. Ashdar Command are herders. They here to help herd the 144,000. Because you got to keep in mind, Alelu made the deal with the Dragonian reptilians. With that tape, Mansa Musa files. Watch that tape. Watch out for those tapes, the Mansa Musa files. And you'll see that we had a business here where we were mining gold.
that's a nice feel play.
Right? We were mining gold. And we had a business set up, but Lelu interfered with that, and these people were eating humans, right? So we had to break that down in those tapes.
Here's Green.
And Lelu now, as we explained in the Ashdar Command.
When we agreed to be roommates, we said no romantic involvements. From your mother and I, my roommate wouldn't.
Command tapes got trapped in the Ashdar Command shells. So it's really it's the same, but the Dragonians told Alelu
It's a 10-point game.
they made a contract with him, and if he reneged on the deal, that they were gonna start back eating his people. So he's here to fulfill that contract, but he had to do it in Ashdar Command shields. So they come off as friendly, and we here to help, and we here to help with your ascension and all this other crap. But the whole time they here running game. And they was the ones that helped get with the technology, because you do notice from in the 1900s is when the planet just all of a sudden had this burst of technology, and there was a lot of extraterrestrials like the certain groups of Greys. Because certain groups of Greys, after Adolf Hitler, they started connecting with the United States government and started giving them different technology, like the laser type technology. During the Star Wars project and all that, Ronald Reagan, right? Star Wars project. They set up all these different things. But Ashdar Command, they confused neutrals. They don't know whether they with us or whether they not. One minute they want to help us, the next minute they saying, screw y'all, we only here to help our people. And like I told people, I'm not here for everybody. I'm only here for the children of the Anunnaki. Wow, we're not here to save everybody. We're not here to give everybody the information. We're only here to give a certain group of people who are our children the information, so they had the necessary information to be able to leave and get on the rocket ship with us. But we leave the treaties, and keep in mind, I'm gonna do a tape next week called Galactic Treaties. But I'm gonna talk about it a little bit right now. There are treaties and contracts on this planet. The planet is being protected right now because of the Anarchy's children is here.
To Bielitsa.
Right?
On the wing, Green.
Hey, be sure to hit that Cash App and subscribe button, man. I put that Cash App in the link, man. Hit that subscribe button.
Thompson shot is off.
Hit that like button.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards. And the longevity of LeBron's greatness is unprecedented. The oldest starter in the league last
Hey, hook your brother up, man, because they sabotaged my Google account, man. So we still waiting on that to get straight, man.
Outside.
Oh, yeah, so it was treaties made. And the treaties was to protect this planet for a certain time. And that time is up in 2030. So you got 8 years to the treaties up. And then we got 13 years after that before the mothership Nauru, the vortex open up in 2043 and we leave out of this galaxy. It's up in 2030. So you got 8 years to the treaties up. And then we got 13 years after that before the mothership Nauru, the vortex open up in 20. Time is up in 2030. Yeah, so it was treaties made, and the treaties was to protect this planet for a certain time, and that time is up in 2030. So you got 8 years to the treaties up, and then we got 13 years after that before the mothership Nauru, the vortex open up in 2043 and we leave out of this galaxy. Time is up in 2030. So you got 8 years to the treaties up, and then we got 13 years after that before the mothership Nauru, the vortex open up in 2043 and we leave out of this galaxy and go back to Lyra again. So we here to raise, we gotta raise, but in order to leave with us, your consciousness gotta be to a certain level. Most humans only lose 10% of their brain. You actually lose about 40% really, because when you go to sleep, you're able to do astral travel and all that, and you actually to Lyra again. So we here to raise, you gotta raise, but in order to leave with us, your consciousness gotta be to a certain level. Most humans only lose 10% of their brain. You actually lose about 40% really, because when you go to sleep, you're able to do astral travel and all that, and you actually can. If you go watch the movie Lucy, it'll give you an idea on the brain percentage. Percent of their brain. You actually lose about 40% really, because when you go to sleep, you're able to do astral travel and all that, and you actually can. If you go watch the movie Lucy, it'll give you an idea on the brain percentage. Right, and 10% of your brain capacity, you like retarded to us. Right, and then as at 40%, you're able to shade shift, change your appearance, change your hair color, change your clothes, and all that. Right, and because you can do this in your dreams, so you actually use about 40% of your brain voluntarily when you go to sleep. Now, some people might disagree with that, and they say online that that's not true. But it is true, because if you was using more than 10% of your brain while you awoke, you would have your full telepathic abilities, your full telepathy, your full clairvoyance. You have all your higher senses. You have all your higher senses working if you was using about 25% of your brain. I think a dolphin uses about 7%. And a chimpanzee use about 6% of their brain. So, and a cow use about 5%. We put all this in the Ascension manual, right? Talking about the percentages of the brain. So we gotta get your brain working at a higher speed. We gotta speed your vibration up, because the planet is speeding up too. A lot of people are gonna get took out because they ain't gonna be able to handle the frequencies that are coming into the planet. There's a whole bunch of solar flares, the photon belt. We'll talk about that in the Sananda Sananda's message, part 1 and part 2, about the photon belt. See, when you heat things up, you speed the vibration of it up. So the planet is heating up, and the vibration, it's gonna be a hot summer. It's gonna be a hot summer this summer, right? So the vibration of the planet is actually speeding up, and you're gonna have more natural disasters due to the planet going back to the 0 point. We talked about that too, is it right? It was at 23.5 degrees to the left, and then I was just slowly going back to its straight up and down to the 0 point. At this point, the planet will be completely back in the 5th dimension. And look, and you're gonna have more natural disasters due to the planet going back to the 0 point. We talked about that too. Was it right? It was at 23.5 degrees to the left, and now it's just slowly going back to its straight up and down to the 0 point. At this point, the planet will be completely back in the 5th dimension, and your bodies are going. The bodies the kids that are being born now are going to be born with 3 chromosomes. So if it's a boy, it's going to be XXY. If it's a girl, it's going to be XXX, right? So some of the kids now are going to be born with 3 chromosomes because those kids are now getting the super advanced bodies. They're going to get bigger, stronger organs, stronger hearts, because your heart got to be beating at a certain, when it get hot, your heart beat fast. When you outside, you sweating, it speeds your heart rate up. And your heart is beating at a certain amount of times in a minute. But your heart, that's gonna triple that's gonna triple the rate of your heart speed. It's gonna triple. Like you say, if you're running, then your heart rate pick up. Your heart rate gonna be like that at a normal level, right? Because of those planets speeding up its vibration. Your body's gonna get lighter. That's why everybody's getting smaller. Baba already broke this down a long time ago. A long time ago, people used to be bigger. Like my granddad, he wore size 13, 14 shoe. Right, my dad, and as the years went on, people got smaller foot. So we're getting smaller physically, but our brain is getting more. We get more mental than physical, right? So that's what's happening right now with the sun heating up, and we already broke down the solid liquid gas state. Because if you take a block of ice and you put it on a fire and you put heat to it, it's going to speed the vibration of that block of ice up to a liquid. Right, so you're going into the liquidary phase, which is what the angelical beings do here. Into the liquid, you're going more into liquid, to where your body is gonna be more water than 85%. It's gonna be close to 90-some% water in a new vibration, speeding up, because you're gonna have a certain amount of water in your body to withstand the heat that's about to hit the planet. And some of the old technologies gotta go because it's not gonna make it. Like the computerized. The cars with the computers in it, they gonna all crash out. That's why beings like Elon Musk came on the scene. Elon Musk is a theologian from Mount Sasha, right? And he came to the surface, started presenting some of this new technology that's about to get ready to come out. Go because it's not gonna make it. Like the computerized, the cars with the computers in it, they gonna all crash out. That's why beings like Elon Musk came on the scene. Elon Musk is a theologian from Mount Sasha, right? And he came to the surface, started presenting some of this new technology that's about to get ready to come out. Bill Gates is the one responsible for some of the computer systems. He's a frugal lord, and those frugal lords, that's the draftation of Yakub. Yakub took beings from the Hindus on the instructions of the Ashtar Command and started breeding lighter to the lighter. Elijah Muhammad broke it down, Baba broke it down. Started did a genetical breeding to where he can make a lighter people. And these people, the end result, after 660 years, 6,600 years is the Frugal Lords, which is, if you watch the cartoon Flintstones, that's about the Frugal Lords, the Flintstones, with Fred Flintstone and Barney and all of them, right, the cavemen. But some of the Frugal Lords came to the surface, and keep in mind they were already dealing with the computer. So computer, when we came here, one time when Riz came here millions of years ago, a little bit after we designed the center of the planet, right, Shambhala, Attica, right, these Danako, these big head beings, they went down now and built a supercomputer called Mech. I will talk about this in the Holy Tablets, right, the supercomputer Mech. And the Frugal Lords, they didn't deal, the Danako, it's different. This computer is a huge computer. It's got like that database made out of crystals. I break that down in Galactic 15. So you get Galactic 15, man. Chapter 15 on the Galactic Family of Life. We break that computer down. It's working on Yoda bytes. because you got gigabytes, megabytes, right? You're working on gigabytes right now on your phone. 5G. 5G stands for.
I did it. You see how
it's 5 gigabytes, right? And then you got yottabytes is dealing with a level 9. The highest level is yottabytes, right? So this computer works off yottabytes if it's stored on crystals. So the new phones in the future are gonna be just like a piece of glass, and they're gonna have hologramic technology. We're gonna go into the hologramic technology, right? The hologramic technology on the new phones, you're gonna be able to talk to. I think the dude that owned Apple before he passed away had already brought some of this technology to the surface, and he was a part of the Telosians too. The dude that used to own Apple, or they own Apple, he was part of the Telosians, right? To bring some of this technology, this hologramic technology, where you're gonna be able to hologram a keyboard. Your keyboard gonna be hologram on your table, and when you're talking to somebody, it's gonna be a 3D image that come up out of your phone, so where you can actually it look like they standing right there. And the video games, everything's gonna go into 3D. Right, that's what's about to get ready to happen. And the electric cars, the electric cars is already out. Yeah, but Bill Gates is a frugalord, right? Who came out to create the computer, because the computer really was to slow your brain percentage down. Because as long as you stop calculating stuff in your head, and then you can use the computer to calculate it. It really slows you down because your brain is a computer. Right, the 15L already broke that down on a couple takes back. And then you can use a computer to calculate it. It really slows you down because your brain is a computer. Right, the 15L already broke that down on a couple takes back. Right, your brain is a computer. So by you having a computer to work on, it slows your brain percentage down from being increasing. Right? We're not getting off the subject of the Ashtar Command being galactic criminals. They done broke so many galactic laws by now, it's a shame. Right? And they galactic criminals. Right? And they on the run right now. Because judgment time is now. Mother Muru is like a police station, and it's here right now to bring judgment to your solar system, to your planet. And Ashtar Command got the hell out of here because they galactic criminals. And they will be held accountable for helping Adolf Hitler. Right? They jump time. Time jumping is against galactic law. Especially if you don't got a passport from a new to do so. From the Galactic Council of Life, you don't got a passport. And the Proconians are the people that's supposed to be responsible for capturing people who break time. That's why they came out with the movie Jumpers, right? And if you notice, they have Samuel Jackson in that movie, and his hair is blonde because he's supposed to be a standing representation of the Proconians who were hired as galactic police to stop people from time jump and alternate time. Although we got the Book of Life called a trial. It's got a trial out of Constitution, which is the Akashic Records. We saw them going into alter time, and we made preparations for that, which is why all their plans never worked. When they plans with Yakub, it didn't work. They plans with Adolf Hitler, even though Adolf Hitler had more superior technology, he still lost in the end, right? So their plans didn't work because we set up preparations to stop them from doing what they was gonna do. So people were asking me, who are the Frugalords? The Frugalords is a drafted race out of the Hindus, done by Yakub, the big-head scientist. He was half Teru, half Danaka. His father, Yishak, was the brother of Lord Fieldcore, who is the ruler of Center Earth right now. The chancellor of Center Earth before him was Lamu. Lamu is Anu's baby brother, and the Mother Huber named baby brother. He was over Mars when Mars was a moon of this planet, and then he took over Center Earth. They gave him the seat of Center Earth for a while. Before him, Ariskagir and the Riskagir ruled the Center Earth before him. Then after Riskagir was Lamu. Then after Lamu is now the new chancellor, commander of the Center Earth. Right? I shouldn't say commander because we don't really use them terms. But the chancellor of Center Earth right now is King Philpo, who is the leader of the Denaples. Right? So we want you to take them tapes out, man. If you ain't checked them some Nana Boom classes on Ashtar Command, make sure you check those tapes out. Because it's actually breaking stuff down in detail about Hitler, and Hitler thought done worked 3 years, right, from 1933 to 1936 on a super race, and Hitler thought that Hitler done worked 3 years, right, from 1933 to 1936 on a super race. And Hitler thought that them people were strong and they were gonna be the baddest people on the planet. But they didn't stand up to a little old country boy out of Ohio by the name of Jesse Owens, who dusted their ass at Berlin at the 1936 Olympics game. And he left them by 2 car lengths. He dusted Adolf Hitler's super race by 2 car lengths. Right, because remember I told you, go back and get that Return of the Anarchists when I broke down the different bloodlines, right? And keep in mind, like I said, we're gonna be on live with the brother Rod Haynes tomorrow, man. Probably on live about around 3 or 4 o'clock tomorrow with the brother Rod Haynes, and we're gonna be breaking down certain documents. So if you got any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments on this page. On this tape, and I'm gonna write them down. So when the brother Rod Haynes come on tomorrow, I can ask those questions for you while we on live, right? So you can get those questions answered. Because brother Rod Haynes got a good giving everything from his perspective. Another piece of the puzzle, making it clear. Like I'm gonna be going live next week. I got a couple of classes. I'm gonna be making things clear. Like I got one called breaking down what the brother Rob Haynes said. I got one called, I still gotta do the Fall of Yellow Brick Road tape, which I supposed to did a couple nights ago, but a new told me to take a break and and go ahead and finish the Ashtar Command tapes, because that's a piece to the puzzle. So we're really just building you up, give you all the pieces so you can put all of it together so it can be made clear. Because everybody was wondering how did Adolf Hitler get this technology, right? A lot of the saucers that they had captured at Area 51 was some of the ones they had brought from Antarctica from Adolf Hitler, right? Adolf Hitler had created about 40 or 50 of these saucers that worked off anti-gravity. And some of those ships that they captured were the Third Reich or Adolf Hitler and them ships they brought over, and they was trying to get reverse engineered. And some of them were ones that they shot down with a direct energy weapon. One of them was the one they shot down in Roswell, or a little bit out of Roswell, the direct energy weapon. And some of them was ships that was trying to come in to the top of the hole, because they guard that hole at the top, the North Pole, because the hole is going to the center of the Earth. That hole was heavily guarded by the Dark Fleet, which is now, it used to be just Hitler now. But Hitler and them got took over, and now it's world governments called the United Nations, right? They actually guard that hole. So any aircraft that come in and they don't disguise themselves by putting a cloak on, a cloaking device, is what it's make their ship invisible. What it does is, because you see, the reason why you're able to see is with light. So the cloaking device is a technology that makes light bend around the craft, so it pretty much becomes invisible. So a lot of extraterrestrials come here to visit the center of the Earth, because it's a school in the center of the Earth. It's a library. It's different things in the center of the Earth where people come here to visit, and when they come here, they don't do a cloaking device. They end up getting shot down by this direct energy weapon, getting their ship captured and taken to Area 51, which really is S4 Groom Lake, which is about a couple miles from what they call Area 51, hidden under the mountains, right? And they got another base in Utah, right? And they got another base in Australia, and they got another base on a secret island. They show a movie about that too. It's called The Secret Island, right? Where they got a base there and underground, and they got a base down in New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico, a little bit outside of Albuquerque, New Mexico, called His name Los Alamos, I think is the name of it, right?
From deep.
And I was out there doing research for 6 months, maybe 8 months in New Mexico. I lived with the Native American Indian Navajos in New Mexico. Was doing a lot of research then in 2010, right? That's when I first came out. When Baba first told me to come out and start teaching. 2010, right? Hey, hit that cash out, man. If you want to send a brother a donation, show me some love, man. Post it in the comments now. Hey, hit that like button, hit that subscribe.
Son, we're grabbing burgers for dinner if you're interested. I'm vegan, Walter.
Subscribe button. Like I say, I had to check in with y'all, man, because I didn't want y'all to think that we faded out. We faded out because we took a couple days off, but we had to get those tapes out quick. And my favorite part is part 2. I like part 1 because I go in and talk about what they planted and all that. But like I say, Ashtar Command is they for that white power, and they the ones that put it in these people's head, like
And a fairly efficient shot attempt.
what's the dude name? That did the New York Tribune.
Warriors who come out on top.
I'll think of his name in a minute. But they broke everybody, dark-skinned people out of history, and they made everybody white.
Many times.
Right? They wrote everybody out, made everybody white.